Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I am a very proud contributor here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our podcast today. We are so very grateful that you have joined us. Of course, a little bit of housekeeping before we get into our topic today. As you come in, beloved, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. We ask that you do that because it helps to draw other folk into our broadcast. As you can see, our notifications have not gone out on this particular platform on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. But I trust that at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. When you do those things, liking, sharing, subscribing, you help to draw other folk into the podcast. By the way, if you're watching us on one of our other platforms today, please also make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Big shout out to my Instagram family, who I'm looking at simulcasting right now. Welcome, welcome, Instagram family. Instagram, I want you to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I'm getting ready to use this device. Thank you so very much. Black family, I have certainly missed you, and I am so pleased to be back with you today. I have been keeping a secret for a bit, certainly, and I'm pleased to share a little bit of what took place over the last few days while I was absent with you physically, but certainly with you in the spirit, beloved. Anyway, family, just one other quick thing. We want you to remind you that we do have a store at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com, where you can receive all types of goodies and apparel and product. That's shopfnq.com. And also, beloved, make sure that you check out our school at flynubianbusiness.com. Shout out to you, Wayne, for the first financial gift to Black media today. It's absolutely worth every penny I can spare to hear the truth be told by you. Oh, thank you, Wayne. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. So thank you so much, Black family. Again, make sure that you share this podcast out if you would, beloved family. Thank you so very much. Again, hopefully that'll help to pull in some of our people. I was really pressing today to be with you because I was still trying to get my energy up to speak to you today. So anyway, I just wanted to come on a bit and at least address a few things and discuss with you this, what I believe to be an interesting story. In war, everything means something. I'm reminded of something that was said in the movie Jason Bourne about one of the series on Jason Bourne or whatever. And one of the things that was happening, him being a former CIA assassin, somebody talk Black to me, which the CIA has been no friend to Black people, and we can prove that in no limit of time. But it was fascinating, one of the series I was watching, because there's several of them. And one of the things that, as they were surveillancing him, as they were monitoring him, as America is good at doing, as they were surveillancing him, monitoring him, he was showing up in unusual places, even though they're used to him laying low. And so when they were watching him, a lady, one of the folks that was more familiar with Jason Bourne than some of the other newer staff, they were acting like Jason Bourne was being sloppy because they were picking him up on surveillance a lot. And one of the things that she said is that they don't make mistakes. Y'all play too much. One of the things that she said For an untrained eye, and this is why I got to talk to some of you all that don't understand war and you don't understand the fullness of time that we're in right now. Somebody talk black to me. Oh, I'm holding court today. She said they don't make mistakes. She said they don't make mistakes. I would like to say welcome to the trolls that's in the digital building. You know, I love it when some of the digital trolls show up and some of my haters. They don't just show up here. They show up all over the place wherever I am. And the beauty of it is when they have these white outbursts, whether at Costco or in the park or at school or at play or online, it reminds me of what's written. Whenever the gods showed up somewhere, y'all play too much. Specifically, the Jesus that you read about. See, when you understand scripture, when you understand how to read it and decode it, it'll make some sense. You know, before he got on the scene, before he even really said anything, God today, what ended up happening? The demons started to cry out. Somebody talk black to me. I missed you too, beloved, whoever gave that gift. Stay focused on what I'm talking about, black family. Stay focused on what I'm talking about. Stay focused on what I'm talking about. Stay focused on what I'm talking about. I'm trying to teach you how to accrue power and to make what we do and say go beyond this moment. Y'all play too much. Every which way, when the Jesus of 2,000 years ago showed up somewhere out of nowhere, it seems, a demon would start just screaming. God, today, that's just proof of my godness. Somebody talk black to me, but you better go sit down somewhere if I drive you off the mountain into some pigs. If you don't know what that means, I trust some of my other black family will help you understand that revelation. I'm not here for the Bible study today. I'm not going to get it in the Bible bookstore. Somebody talk black to me. Talk black to me. Let me take a sip of this tea that I'm drinking. English tea. Y'all, look at this big old thing. Came home from an amazing weekend to some English tea from one of our most ardent supporters, Miss Kimberly. I don't want to embarrass her. I'm just going to say Miss Kimberly. And she said, for your throat, Lord have mercy. So I just had to choose for my organic wellness tea. Y'all play too much. The sisters make sure I look right. They send corn and tea. Somebody talk black to me. Thank you so very much to my dear sister, Kim. And she tells me all the time, she said, no bloodline ever needed. But listen. So we welcome them. It's just proof that the God is on the scene. Somebody talk black to me. In us. Listen. So one of the things that the CIA agent said, before I get ready to tell you what's been happening over the weekend. There Kim is. Kim, did you hear me shout you out? She's in the chat. Thank you for my tea, beloved. Watch this. So when Jason Bourne was showing up all over the place, they were saying that's his first mistake. They was like, the lady was like, no. To an untrained eye, you will think, oh, they making a mistake. No, you don't even understand them showing up. Them allowing you to even see them is a part of their own warfare strategy. Somebody talk black to me. Why am I talking about that? Because I want you to understand that in this time, every detail in this war, whether at Costco, because we getting ready to talk about Costco. We getting ready to talk about bulk, grocery shopping. We're getting ready to talk about it and what it means in this war of the gods. And I'm going to show you a clip here in just a minute. So get ready. So everything means something. I want you to understand that because we're in the fullness of time and because we're at a very critical point in warfare, this is not time for black folk to be off code. Shout out to you. Be best for your gift. Be best says, talk black to me. I am beloved. May your gift be returned to you 1,000-fold. Black folks that are unified, that are on code, that's talking the same stuff about what matters. You understand that in war, we can't have soldiers doing any and everything that they want to do. We got to be on code right now because we're at war. Now, if you don't believe we're at war, you'll do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say, and put some of the good work we've been doing at risk. But I want to warn you today, beloved, stay on code. It's for the good of the whole. It's not about just you. And everything means something if you can see it right. So we're getting ready to watch this clip of this outdoorsman, as we call him on the Vicky Show, this camper, who acts like he's lost his mind because he was asked by an elderly woman to put a mask on. Shout out to you, my beautiful godmother, Miss Melanie Kelly. I bless. Thank you for joining us. Get ready, Instagram, to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. Watch this. And so he has an outburst. And I want to get ready to show it to you. But before I show it to you, the surprise I had been keeping is the fact that I received a phone call from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's office inviting me to personally attend his worldwide address that he just did on Saturday, July 4th. It was otherworldly, if you could hear it right. And seeing that this is our planet, somebody put me a globe in the chat. Seeing that this is our planet, it makes sense that a Black man addressed the world, God, today, because the whole wide world belongs to us. Is that right, family? This is not about whether you agree or espouse someone else's religion. This is about whether or not you can respect someone that's putting in the work for 60 some odd years for Black people in America and around the world. Millions upon millions upon millions. The world over discussing what he talked about. And even before he made an appearance, it was my honor and a privilege to be a part. I was allowed to bring my beautiful mother with me also, and family. Stay tuned for more pictures and perhaps other clips and insight of my experience there. I got sick, so I ended up leaving early. But I learned some powerful stuff later on that took place. Just to be known by this amazing, more than a man. I tell you all the time, the work that I'm doing here on the Vicky Show, on this platform, and wherever I'm seen on other platforms as well, it's a privilege, family. It's an honor. It's real work, and it actually matters. And I want you to know that for me, whether I'm talking to 200 people or 2,000 people live or beyond, I give it my all, because you don't know who you might inspire to change the world. Are y'all hearing me? And so it's not only about the quantity or the number of people that tunes into the Vicky Show or watches me here or elsewhere, but it matters the quality. And so it blesses me to no end that we are appreciated and respected by Minister Farrakhan's office, where they reached out to us. And so I'm so grateful and thankful. And so stay tuned for that information. Somebody talk Black to me. Shout out to you, DB, for your gift and others. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Again, family, the notifications didn't go out, but that's okay. Please like, share, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Instagram, see you at flynubianqueentv.com, flynubianqueentv.com. By the way, Black family, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. I'm always putting up little things there and giving you insight and clips and all kinds of other stuff. So make sure that you follow me there. I'm just posting this there, what I just briefly said to our audience inviting them to join us here and now. Thank you so very much. By the way, family, while I'm doing that, on the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button, would you? On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about this as I prepare this clip. As I begin to prepare this clip for you to watch. Shout out to you, Deborah, for your gift. I felt in my spirit that you were there with our elder. Oh, thank you, Deborah Abdul. Wishing you a great day and keep preaching the truth. Thank you for your gift. I couldn't see all the rest of what you said. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. All right. Don't forget, family, our store at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Here we go. All right. So I began to ask myself this question. Who has the authority to give the history and to speak on the history of the world? Who has the authority? Who does one go to understand the meaning of life? Who can provide us with God's plans for the nations? Who can tell us where things are headed? Got some of that insight over the weekend. July 4th. Amazing address by Minister Farrakhan. But I found it so fascinating that being one of his students at a distance, we've been discussing things and gleaning things that he's been talking about for some time, and we've been making it make sense in our day and in this moment. Is that right, Black family? And so this incident occurred at Costco. Y'all know I'm a one-woman show, so let me pull it up here. Thank you for your patience. That thought came to me because of this outburst at Costco. Don't get throwed. Is that what they say, y'all? Throwed. Don't get throwed because it's at Costco. It's just as significant, if not more significant. Why? Shout out to you, Eric. I love you back. Why? Because what happens, these Kens and Karens and Brads and Margarets are showing out in parking lots and at restaurants and at grocery stores. It's important because this is what they really think and believe, and it's manifesting, watch this, in everyday life. These day-to-day circumstances and situations that are manifesting is exactly what we need to see, because it's showing us the impact of white supremacy day to day. Shout out to you, AJ. So here we go. I want you to listen to this. And if you have children, beware, because he's using some inappropriate language. You all know I like to give the parents a chance to get their babies together, or if you're a guardian.
You're harassing me, man.
So as I'm preparing this, go ahead, beloved. If you have children, please get your babies together, because I want to let you know that he uses some explicit language. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use, is use, permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you for your gift. Silent D Production, I bless it 1,000-fold. And what's fascinating is, y'all, years and years and years ago, as a second job, I used to work at Costco for years, 3.5 years. And they were pretty good to me and stuff when I worked at Costco. And I was good at handling customers. Somebody talked black to me. I mean, I was a master of that, a master. And I think it's a blessing that I've transitioned out of that position in this time where the war against black folks has escalated. Lord have mercy. Watch this, Brad. Let me get this picture for you. Let me get it up here for you. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This is Florida, y'all. This is Florida. And I want you to pay attention to everything that's going on, including what he has on. That's where I'm going with today.
I'm not harassing you. You're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you. You're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me. Back off! Yes. Threat me again! Yes. Back the fuck up, put your fucking phone down. Sir.
I want you.
You're harassing.
Please watch this again, family. Again, if you have children, he's using strong language. I know. But I want you to watch this. I want you to watch this. And I'm going to tell you just how profound this is, family. We're still in holy uprising. And these things, somebody say these things keep manifesting themselves all over the place. In the ordinariness of life, they're manifesting, and you all keep saying, why is this happening? You guys keep saying these people have lost their minds. No, when you see stuff like this happening, even at Costco and in parking lots and in Targets and stuff, it means it's a nature. It means that you're seeing people for who they really are. What have you been talking about? 2 Thessalonians, the prophets let us know. The people that had the insight into the plans of the nation, the peoples that had the insight into the progression of the world, they told us that before the day comes, there was going to be a falling away. Before that day comes, there was going to be what? A falling away. And then the man of sin must be revealed. Some of you that think that we're obsessing over white folk. If all Vicky is doing is talking about white folks, and I'm not encouraging you to take action to prepare for the new world where you're about to rule, a kingdom that shall have no end. If that's all I was doing, then I could understand it. But we got to deal with exposing this man of sin, because they're a sign of the changing of the guards, of the gods. Remember, I told you on one level, it's the changing of the guards, right? And on another level, it's the changing of the gods. But it's written. Some of you don't know that black folks, we have access to a higher intelligence, God today, a supreme intelligence that tells us, that signals to us when we're in a divine and prophetic moment, that there's going to be a revealing. So us talking about these open white supremacists is us doing what's written. Everybody's assignment is not Vicky's assignment. But may I tell you that everything that is comes out of blackness. God today. You are formed in the blackness of your mother's womb. The divine feminine who houses the secrets of the universe, because we're the only ones, baby, that can develop and form and nurture. Nobody makes it in this planet. Nobody comes this way except through us. Somebody talk black to me. A seed is developed and formed what? In blackness. When I'm speaking about blackness, I'm talking about the place, the spiritual realm, where everything else comes from, everything that is. And so we see this played out in another dimension between two forces on the planet, between the black and the white. It does not discount the existence of the yellow, of the red, of the brown. But there is a special dynamic that has to take place with these two in particular. Now I want you to look and listen, and I want you to pay attention to the uniform. How many times have we talked about on the Vicky Show? Haven't I asked you the question, what's the difference between a costume and a uniform? Have I not asked you that? Have we not discussed on the Vicky Show the root word of the word wardrobe? What's the root word of the word wardrobe? What is the root word of the word wardrobe? Y'all play too much. Again, Black family, don't forget you can get a beautiful mug similar to this one that says Queen and all kinds of other apparel at shopfnq.com. 1,100 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. We know that the notifications didn't go up for FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing, though. We trust at the right time others will see the broadcast. And we thank you for helping us by liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms, we thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're watching us around the world, or whatever network you're watching us on, wherever you're doing that at, please like and please share and be sure to engage. Thank you so much. War. It says something about you with what you have on. So I want you to pay close attention. See if you can read what his shirt says. And I'm going to enhance the shirt later in a still shot. But watch the incident again.
You're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. You're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me. Back off! Yes. Threat me again! Yes. Back the fuck up, put your fucking phone down! Sir. Sir. You're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me. Back off! Yes. Threat me again! Yes. Back the fuck up, put your fucking phone down! Sir. Sir.
So this outdoorsman, this thing that crawled in from outside, this thing that did we make a mistake in civilizing y'all? I mean, did we make a mistake in civilizing y'all? Yeah, y'all do understand that the Dark Ages was when white folk lacked knowledge and black folk came in there to save their world, to train them and teach them. We literally, this is history. We pulled you out. We got you up off of all fours. We told you stop. Today, Tuesday. Monday, yesterday, you was howling at the moon. We told you don't do that. We brought to you the sciences. We brought to you mathematics, learning. I mean, did we make a mistake when we civilized y'all? Because now that we brought you in the house to domesticate you. Somebody talk black to me. You are now trying to bully, go overboard, and disrespect your mother and father. Oh, Vicky, but it's written. But it's written. People that have the supreme knowledge that's given you insight on the nature of things. Somebody say the nature of things. They're trying to help you today. And I want to help you today too. What's fascinating about this incident, amongst other things, watch this.
They're 6 feet away from you. You're harassed.
While he's being himself, he's got on a certain type of uniform. Did y'all see what he had on? He had a certain type of uniform. Look at the shirt again, family.
I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Back off! Threat me again! Back the fuck up, put your fucking phone down!
They're 6 feet away from you. You're harassing me. I'm not harassing you.
Black family, can you tell me what his shirt said? Shout out to you. It says, speak truth to power, peace and shalom, the real black media. Thank you. Did you all see what his shirt said? Did you all see what his shirt said? I want to show you the picture. What does his shirt say, family? Vicky, make it to where they can read it. Can you all see that? What does the shirt say, family? What does his uniform say, family? Y'all got it? I see somebody put it in there. Eris got it in there. Do you all see what his shirt says? Do you see what his uniform says? Do you see what his fatigues say? Costco is a part of the battlefield. Brad, which I think somebody in the background might have been calling his name Dan. I think that's what they said. And if I'm not, there's some other things I think that's been happening with him since then. Shout out to you, Seth. Let's explore this. See, some of you all black folks, you all don't believe it's as serious as it is. And you want us to just get over talking about white supremacy. We're not going to get done talking about it until, somebody say until, the changing of the guards has occurred. And how many of you all know that we're getting closer? Dan here, I'm going to call him Dan. His shirt says, running the world since 1776. Y'all, who thinks to wear something like that? He's not worried about offending you. He's trying to convey a message to you in the same way that white supremacists are mad that we're getting rid of their monuments. White folks are real upset that their monuments are not simply being removed, they're being destroyed. They're being thrown into the sea. Folks are rolling them down the street and setting them on fire. God, today. So for white people, their monuments don't mean what ours mean. When white folks, they recognize that the monuments is a reflection of something in the past. So when they're holding on to those monuments, they're holding on to the past. Why? Because they know they don't have a future. And it's not because we haven't been kind to them. It's not because we have not been welcoming to them on our planet. It's because of their own rebellion. So the screaming, white folks freaking out because of the monuments, that's all they got is the past. Because many of them sense that they have no future. Watch this. So they are wearing what they really believe. This is their uniform. He wasn't worried about you being offended when he went out there and put his shirt on. He wanted to convey a message to you on purpose. Somebody say, these are your open enemy. Watch this. So Dan, we're going to call him Dan, because it sounded like to me that's what the lady was calling him. Dan, and even if it's not, I'm calling you Dan, so you're going to be the Dan today, because I said your name, Dan. So order the court. Watch this. Dan wore a shirt out in public, maskless. White folks don't have no problem putting on a mask when they out there doing their Ku Klux Klan stuff. Moment we say help save lives, help folk not get sick, white folks rebelling. Think about the nature of a people that acts like this over a mask that's supposed to be for the benefit of everybody else. If this is what triggers you because somebody asked you to wear a mask, baby, your nature is rebellious. And the question becomes, what manner of man is this? I submit to you, perhaps. What do we say here? No man at all. So Dan rolls around wanting you to know that he's been running the world since 1776. Dan, I hope you would submit yourself to a mother of civilization. Dan, I hope you allow yourself to be informed about the world. I would like to give you just a little bit of insight, Dan, about our planet. Somebody say, our planet. Dan is tripping and wanting us to know that they've been running the world since 1776. Black family, for those of you that don't believe that we're in a real war, white folks are telling you that, and because you fail to see the signs or you think them to be insignificant while they're still blowing our brains out, something's wrong with you. And I've said this before, I'm gonna need some turtles. Your slowness to understand the nature of this people and the reality of the times that we're in is costing lives. I've been seeing footage of clips, rather, of a lot of deaths now out of nowhere being shot up in a couple of primarily black cities. Shout out to some of the new black media folk who were saying in advance, watch what's going to happen over the next few days. Some of the new black media foretold and anticipated this was going to happen, because every time black folks do something significant and unified, exposing and calling out white supremacy, all of a sudden we start to see an amplification of black death. And it's sad, it's black on black crime. Watch this. Many of those cases are not even resolved. And we understand the mischief making that our open enemy has in our communities. So if there's not even a suspect and nobody has even been caught in many of those cases, if not most, how is it that we're saying, quote unquote, black on black crime, which we know black on black crime is a lie? We must address black self-hate. I refuse to cover for anybody black murdering other black people. But when those things are said, it's to make it appear that something is especially wrong and savage with black folks. When the numbers tell us the majority of black folks, white black folks are killed, when black folks that are killed by black folks is because of what? Those that are folks, unfortunately, it's said that they kill where they live. The majority of white folks are killed by who? Large numbers of white people. The majority of Asian folks tend to be killed by who? Asian people. Watch this. But even in the cases and in the instances, the rare instances of black murder, by other black folk, those are rogue individuals who we see as outside of the black collective. Somebody talk black to me. You have numerous people, groups, and organizations that have been working in the hood, working in places where black folk live to make it better places. But please understand that the construction of the hell that we're in is that of white supremacy. May I tell you something? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Welcome to the Vicky Show. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I just explained to you that I was out of town. I had to do a whole bunch of medical stuff because you all know I very rarely travel or do any of that. But to see and to be a part of this historical moment on the grounds of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in his beautiful garden in the Midwest, there was no way that I could miss that. In fact, I feel like I was born for this very moment. Shout out to you, Lorraine. She said, I've learned so much from you. Such a blessing. Thank you, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit the thumbs up button. 1,400 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. For those of you that hadn't hit that thumbs up button, please do so on the count of 3. And if you're watching us elsewhere, be sure to like and share. Would you? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. We've been in a world that's been made by our open enemy for almost 5 centuries. And that world has been filled with nothing but lies, death, murder, destruction, and fraud. That has real world consequences on the people. You can't, for those of you that invest, if you're investing in something for 400 or 500 years, what kind of return do you expect? I need only the intelligent black people, only the spiritually intelligent black people to answer this question. If you have been investing in something for 5 centuries, what kind of return do you expect? I can't stand it when people try to act like, oh, well, 500 years, so what? Let me tell you something. It doesn't mean we can't overcome it. But a recognition that this is the problem and that every single issue, y'all know I've said this for a long, long time. I believe that everything that's wrong in the whole wide world, I said everything, in space, out of space, in school, in Wall Street, in government, in religion, in your families, everything that's wrong in the whole wide world is directly or indirectly related to the mistreatment of God's people. Watch this. When you're in a world that's made and shaped based on bloodshed and lies and fraud, the thing that you first do is not deal with the fruit of an issue. You go to the what? You go to the root. What is the root of black self-hate? What is the root of black murder? I've said this to you before. It's written in Genesis. When God came upon Adam and Eve and they said, oh, he was saying, where are you? They were trying to flee from him. He said, we were fleeing from you because we were naked. He said, who told you that? Watch this. How did they know that? Well, prior to God meeting them in the cool of the day in the garden, what happened? Before that, they were talking to a devil. Who told you to hate yourself? Who told you you were less than? There's a programming that took place over centuries, and our goal now is to reprogram our thinking. One of the best ways to fix everything is to get to the root of the issue. The root of the issue is not to yell at black folks and say every time we talk about our open enemy and we expose white supremacist tactics, black folk are made to feel bad and say, you need to go over here and talk about this random black person, this rogue black person, and equate that with the system of white supremacy. What is the root of black self-hate? What did I tell you before? When you lay down with dogs, you get up with what? Please complete the sentence. When you lay down with dogs, you get up with what? With fleas. In other words, those fleas weren't meant for you. Don't lie to me. The stuff that comes with being outside like that, especially for long periods of time, that ain't meant for you. Crocodiles and alligators and stuff, bears, lions and stuff, kitty cats and stuff. They supposed to be outside. The first thing that you do. How many of you all know that if you are attacked by some bees or a fly, how many of you, the first thing most of us do is what? You take off running, don't you? You start moving around and shaking. You start patting and shaking out stuff and slapping stuff. You remove yourself as far away as possible from that environment. Is that right, family? The root of our issues, I submit to you, is separating ourselves from this open enemy. You will see many of the problems that many of us are going through, even the way we think, the way we move, will go away just by being in an environment outside of that of our open enemy, because they control so much of it. They influence so much of it. Without me getting into the specific autoimmune illness that I deal with, I've dealt with one of my other organs being affected. I've been hospitalized more times than I can tell you. One of the side effects of some of the biologics they put me on caused me not to even be able to walk. It caused me to have an infection in my hip. And they took strong action after they hospitalized me. All of this was interconnected to the central issue of the disease. Blood issues, blood clots, fatigue, anemia, and other symptoms that I have that I can't even tell you about. But all of those things are interrelated to the central issue of the disease. So the goal that they're trying to do is they're trying to heal me, the central issue, so that anemia, the blood issue, the fatigue, the blood clots, and the other too many other symptoms that I won't name because it'll give you too much information. Those things, most of them will go away when you get to the root of the issue. What I just listed are just some of the side effects. Psoriasis, my skin. On and on and on. Can't even keep up with the stuff that goes on. But all of it is interrelated to the autoimmune issue. You got to go to the root. And so with me saying that, I want to talk about this Dan just for a second. Shout out to you, Wayne. He said that hammer sounds so good. order, beloved. That's exactly what we're doing. We're bringing order to our world. We're bringing order to our planet. Go back to what I originally said as you keep giving us a thumbs up, liking, and sharing. Listen, I said to you, shout out to you, Tanya, I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Watch this. I said to you, where does one go to? Who has the authority to discuss and give insight on the history of the world? God, today. This is what this made me think of when I listened to this little Dan. This little Dan, this little Brad that went about terrorizing, based on the other research that I saw, this old woman, another man's voice that you heard in the video, a man, I'm told, jumped in to basically defend the older woman that he was being disrespectful to. So another man whose voice you heard in the video, that's how the man got involved. He was getting involved to basically, protect the older woman that this Dan was disrespecting because she asked him to put on a mask. His t-shirt, y'all, says, and I want you to just watch it again. Shout out to you, AJ. He said, thank you for bringing the truth. You're so welcome. Shout out to you, HP, for your $50 gift. Awaken the spirits of the ancestors within our soul. Spirituality is not Christianity. That's true, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. You're always so faithful to support the Black media, beloved. Thank you so much. Look very closely. Running the world since 1776. White folks are feeling so insecure. Their white fragility, the fragileness, the utter brittleness, the weakness, the fecklessness. Do I need another adjective? Of their condition, their particular station now on our planet. They're feeling a bit insecure. Dan can't feel that powerful. In what ways, Dan? You must feel like the way that you've been running the world, you and your people. You must feel like it's really at stake, because how much running of the world are you doing putting it on a t-shirt at Costco? So talk back to me. Dan has resorted to a t-shirt exclaiming he's been running the world since 1776. What happened in 1776, family? Dan also has another picture on there. What else is on this shirt? It's a sketch. It's an outline of the United States of America. Is that right, family? Dan wants us to know that America is the most powerful country on the planet. Dan clearly wants us to know that America is the richest country on the globe. Dan wants us to know that we've been running the world since 1776. But Dan, who built America, Dan? Did your granddaddy know how to build this country on his own? Why did he have to come get us? Couldn't even build the own house he lived in. Or the Capitol. The Capitol. Some of the state houses. Didn't do the layout of Washington, D.C., Dan. You weren't farmers or agrarian. Didn't even know how to feed yourself, Dan. Dan, you've been running the world since 1776. What happened in 1776, Black family? Was it the Declaration of Independence in 1776? I need somebody Black to talk Black to me. Was it the Declaration of Independence of 1770? Did that take place in 1776, Black family? Watch this. Poor Dan. Poor little Dan. Dan's feeling so powerless at home, he's got to go to Costco in the checkout line. Dan, to feel powerful, you got to exert power in a Costco checkout line. Y'all play too much. Is that right, family? What is this Declaration of Independence of 1776, family? And you declaring your independence from Britain, a thing that you adopted by the Continental Congress on July 4th of 1776. History tells us that the 13 American colonies served their political connections to Great Britain. The Declaration summarizes the colonists' motivation for seeking independence. With your independent self, you went and got yourself some slaves, enslaved people, even though we weren't slaves. We're the mothers and fathers of civilization. Don't get it twisted. You had to go get a people to build a world that you couldn't do on your own, Dan. So Dan says that they've been running the world since 1776. Dan, seems to me the only thing that you're running is out of time and running your mouth. Somebody talk black to me. Dan, the only thing you're running about right now, God, today, is you just running your mouth in a Costco checkout line, and you're running out of time, Dan. Somebody, do we have a clock? I don't even know. Do they have clocks in the check? Do they have clocks on for emojis? Watches, clocks. Can somebody put a watch or a clock in the comments? Dan, your shirt says that you've been running the world since 1776. Dan, right now, the only thing you're running is out of time, Dan. Somebody tell Dan. Somebody tell Dan. Somebody please tell Dan. You're not going to get this kind of news and information on the Rachel Maddow show. Chris Cuomo is not about to tell you this. Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, they're not getting ready to give you this news. They're not getting ready to tell you, and their chirons are not going to show Revelation 12:12. God, I need somebody. Come on, somebody talk black to me. Fox News is not fixing to put on. They're not fixing to show across the scroll in the chirons Revelation 12:12. What is Revelation 12:12? Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has gone down to you. Who's gone down to the earth? The devil has gone down to you. He is filled with what? Fury. Does Dan look furious? Does Dan look like he's full of fury? He's filled with fury. It's written, God, today. Can't get this news over there. You're getting the news on the black on this a black network. He is filled with fury because he knows that his time is short. Thank you for the clocks. Somebody talk black to me. Revelation 12:12. Let me read it again. I just read that one to you out of the NIV version. Let me read the NLT version. But terror will come to the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger. Another word for fury, right? For fury. Why? Knowing that he has little time. Dad, your shirt should have said. Not that you're running the world, but you're running out of time right now, Dad. It's about quarter after. It's about quarter after. Devil knows his time is short. See, some of y'all didn't understand how to read Holy Writ. Your open enemy wants you to throw away the gems that's in there when it's giving us, it's identifying the times we're in. Watch this. King James with his funny looking self. You know, y'all know the king, one of the King James is a member of the LGBTQ community. Y'all do know that, right? Thumbs up, 1,500 plus of you in the chat. Keep liking and sharing. Welcome to the Vicky Show. We're so pleased that you've joined us today. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Please don't forget that we have a business school at flynubianbusiness.com where you can learn how to build your black side hustle from black people. That's flynubianbusiness.com. And follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Please follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. For the devil has come down to you. No, it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. For the devil has come down to you, having great wrath. Somebody say great wrath. Because he knows that his time is short. Time is short. Time is up, Dan. Your shirt shouldn't say running the word. No, running out of time. That's what is going on. It's running out of time. It's time. It's running out of time. Dan. What else did it say, y'all? I'm not going to be before you long, for real, for real. What else did it say? What else did that Revelation 12:12 say? It said, but woe to you, O earth and sea. That's the English Standard Version. Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath. Remember, the other translation said what? Filled with fury. What does the other one say? NLT says what? He's come down to you. Like what? What does he come down to us like?
Threat me again!
What does it come down like?
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Back off! Threat me again! Back the fuck up with your fucking phone down!
Put your blankety phone down. Put your blankety phone down. Put your phone down. I feel threatened. Wait a minute. First of all, white people are on code. Why would he be in Costco hollering and screaming, talking about he feels threatened? The man was trying to protect the old lady based on some information that we got earlier, where he was disrespecting his older lady because she asked his funny looking self to put a mask on. You been putting mask on. You night riders. You Ku Klux Klansmen. Y'all have never had a problem with putting on a mask. Full-fledged costumes. Couldn't breathe. Most of y'all did they even have the cutouts for the nose and the mouth? Somebody talk black to me. So a man jumped in to protect protect this older woman who asked your funny looking self to put on a mask, which we believe you need them. That's one less area of torture. Just having to look at your face, cover up. Watch this. And so Dan starts screaming, I feel threatened.
Harassing me?
After the man is talking real low.
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me?
I'm not harassing you.
You're right before he said that, he said 6 feet away.
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me?
I'm not harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
That's what you do when you feel threatened. You get closer to the thing that's threatening you with your fists pumped. I feel threatened. Who does that? Does it sound like he's in law enforcement? I saw something earlier today, and I didn't get all of that information because it's useful, but I didn't have a chance to really get into it like that. But I'm hoping to get more information on who this guy is. Because some folks will say, it sounds like he's in law enforcement. Let me tell you something, even if he's not, white folks are on code. They know to scream out for everybody to hear them, I feel threatened. So when the police come, so when a report is written, that person can say, well, I don't know what all happened. I didn't hear everything, but I did hear him scream. He felt threatened. So that gives the impression, what? That he was justified in his savage behavior. He wants to give the impression that something other than what was really going on by him screaming out, I feel threatened. The same way when you watch these wicked white Karens, those soft terrorists, when you see white folks terrorizing us in everyday life, remember what that white lady who was terrorizing that black brother in that New York park said when he was bird watching? See, white folks, they little rebellion. They can't stand to be told what to do. That's that nature. And understanding that nature makes our existence easier because you know what to avoid. You know how to deal with those individuals. The brother in the park with that white woman, what did he ask her to do? She was out there with her dog without a leash on. It was clearly posted. The rules are that your dog's supposed to be on the leash. The brother asked her if she could just put a dog on a leash because he was bird watching. The white lady got real mad. Didn't like to be told what to do. In this instance, according to the reports, it said that the lady asked him about social distancing and him putting on a mask. This is what causes all that in you, baby. No, it ain't that. It's you. And this man of perdition, this man of sin, this contrary nature that belongs outside with the other beast of the field. Somebody say, with the other beast of the field. Where have you heard that phrase before? That's where you belong. Watch this.
Threat me again!
But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger. In great anger. Does Dan seem angry? Knowing what? That their time is short. Their time of what? You all think that all this stuff that Vicky's been talking about, ruling, the war of the gods, I've been telling you that the labor pains, all the pains that we've been feeling has to do with what? Labor pains, because we're getting ready to birth a new world. I've been talking about the changing of the gods. There's a new world on the horizon based on freedom, justice, and equality, right? Dan believes Vicky, even though some of you black folks don't believe me. You know how I know Dan believes me, that a new world is coming? Because he's trying to reassert his authority in the earth by rolling around with this uniform on saying running the world since 1776. They are concerned that their time of rule is up. The question is, do you know, black family? And the question is, are you getting ready? Are you preparing by owning your own, by understanding government, rearing your children first and foremost, having a strong black marriage, rearing strong black families so that you can have strong black neighborhoods, strong black communities, strong black states, strong black nation? The question is, are you preparing for this world that you're getting ready to reign and rule? We're not going to mistreat the other peoples of the world. We're going to rule based on freedom, justice, and equality. But as Minister Farrakhan said on July 4th, you know what he said? To the wicked white supremacists. He says, you may be able to go to Europe if you survive. I didn't say it, he said it. If you're still around when the transition of the world, for those of you that's still around, you might be able to still hang out in Europe. Dan knows that their time is short. Dan knows that there's getting ready to be a new government because Dan has his shirt on that says he's been running the world since 1776. And if you were confused about what he was talking about, he has a sketch of the United States there, a world that he didn't even build, a land and a people that you stole from. Now, I want to say this to you, Dan. When we think about who has the authority to talk about the history of the world and its inhabitants, you're not going to get this news from Sean Hannity. The only question that white folks on all of them television shows need to be talking about is what's wrong with us, meaning themselves. Why are we so wild and wicked and crazy and sneaky? But they're not talking about that. They're not going to unveil themselves. Star B1 says, Vicky, you are raining diamonds on us. Well, you're so welcome, beloved. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. If you're watching us elsewhere, please like, share, and subscribe. Family, make sure that at the bottom of the screen that you hit the share button, copy the link, and share it out all throughout social media. Let them know that the Vicky Show is on right here on FlyNewBeingQueenTV.com. Listen. So, I had to go and pull up this excerpt from a little man from Georgia who copyrighted this particular edition in 1965. Teaching it way before then. But it was copywritten in 1965. So this lets you know this was last century, right, family? Before many of us was born. I'm 41. Way before I was born. Watch this. Little book called Message to the Black Man. Book called Message to the Black Man. Message to the Black Man. The writer asked the question. This writer. On page 52, he says, who is the original man? God, today, y'all play too much. He says, who is the original man? He says, the above question is now answered from the mouth of Allah, meaning God, to us, the so-called Negroes, for the first time since our straying away from our own nation. He says the secret of who God is and who the devil has been, and who the devil is, has been a mystery to the average one of mankind. I'm skipping. Next page, it says the original man, God has declared, is none other than the black man. The black man is the first and last, God today, maker and owner of the universe. Oh my God. Now I know I've been saying this as I planted, but you do understand that the planet Earth is just one part of the universe. You do know that, black family. But he says the original man. He says the black man is the first and the last. Oh God, today. Maker and owner of the universe. When we say it's important to own your own businesses, your own schools, your own industries, your own land, when you do those things, you are exhibiting traits and attributes of the God. Because when you own the universe, God today, a condo ain't no big deal. God today, it's a sign. Y'all play too much. Some days back, I did a show. Powerful show, wasn't it? When I broke down to you Black Wall Street and how we called our thriving, bustling town in Oklahoma Black Wall Street, comparing it to Wall Street. But then we gave you the history of even Wall Street. Somebody talk black to me. And how Wall Street, its interconnection to what? Black folk and slavery. God, today. We showed you the complicity of Wall Street banks, insurance companies, and even how accounting was affected and shaped by slavery. We talked to you about securities, right? We talked to you about what? Life insurance. All of it was interrelated to us. Bonds. The economics of America is the black man and woman. If you missed that, make sure you watch it. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Listen. But this little man who wrote this book called Message to the Black Man, He says the original man is the black man, the first and the last, maker and owner of the universe. From him came all. Watch this. Let me skip. The true knowledge of the black and white mankind. Y'all play too much. The true knowledge of the black and white mankind should be enough to awaken the so-called Negroes and put them on their feet and on the road to self-independence. Self-independence. See, some of you all that's just now talking about ownership, self-independence, you new. And it's okay to be new, but just quit trying to act like you. Okay. Yet they are so afraid of the slave masters that they even love them to their destruction and wish that the bearer of truth would not tell them the truth, even if he knows. God, today. The time has arrived, he says, when it must be told the world's over. That's what the Vicky show was about. There are millions who do not know who is the original man. Why should this question be put before the world today? Because it is the time of judgment. I need some hammers in the chat. This is a sign of authority, right? This is a sign of authority, right? Because it is a time of judgment between the black and the white, and the knowledge, watch this, of the rightful owners of the earth. This is our planet. I just handed you a title deed. God, today. Not just a title to some metal that is your car. Not just a title to some wood that might be your house. I just gave you, God, today. I wrote with the pen of my tongue. He says the reason we've got to answer what I'm calling this central question of who is the original man. He said, why? Because the time of judgment. God is pointing out the nations of earth. God is pointing out to the nations of the earth, their rightful places. Did you all know that by being the owners of this planet, especially when you are in divine alignment with your original nature? I'm not talking about you wild ones that act just like your open enemy. I'm not talking about you wild ones that's mistreating and murdering and killing and disrespecting your own brothers and sisters. And you buck dancing for your open enemy and disrespecting your own people. I'm not talking about those of you that have taken on the image and likeness and you have accepted the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast we often talk about is as it's written is what? In the forehead and in the what? The hand, right? The mark of the beast is what? It's not just about a chip. The mark of the beast in the hands is the works, the things that you're doing. The mark of the beast is what they've put in your head. It's how you think. It's your worldview. It's your belief systems. The mark of the beast can be known, and it's manifested by your thoughts, your beliefs, and what you do. Somebody said the hammer. Somebody talk black to me. He says he is now pointing out to the nations of earth their rightful places, seeing that we're divinely aligned as the owners of this planet. The reason why Minister Farrakhan says address to the world, the reason he shifts the tectonic plates of the globe, which in your own way, you can change the world, Black family, wherever you are, based on your particular gifts and skill sets. You have a contribution to make on your planet in a different way. but certainly you can participate in the refining of our planet. Watch this. Because we own the planet, it's only right that we can address the Donald Trumps of the world. Shout out to Minister Farrakhan. It makes sense now, God, today, that you should lead in the tech industries, Black family, that you should lead in the medical industries, in the sciences, in mathematics. I know this sounds like, for some of you who just trying to get gas to get to work, it may seem too wonderful to you to wrap your mind around the fact that this has been yours all along and that you have a greater destiny than perhaps you know. Keep liking and sharing, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Today, we know that the notifications didn't go out on this particular platform on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, but I thank those of you that recognize that I typically come on at this time, so some of you came on in. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms, or you're watching us at a different time or a different time zone, welcome to the Vicki Show on Fly Nubian Queen. Please like, share, subscribe. The reason why I always emphasize you making sure that you subscribe is because I'm not the only queen on this network. And so when you subscribe and you hit the notification bell, you should be informed or notified when they send out the notifications, when even some of the other queens' content is loaded or when they go live. And I don't want you to miss the other contributors on this amazing network. Thank you so very much. Don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky and follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. That's Vicky X Dillard. Listen, watch this. He says, he's pointing out to the nations of earth their rightful places, and this judgment will bring an end to war over it. He says, now it is so easy to recognize the original man, the real owner of the earth, by the history of the two, black and white. Watch this. Why are you bringing this up, Vicky? Somebody please put 1776 in the chat. Y'all know I don't do something for nothing. Didn't Dan tell us? What did Dan tell us? Why are you reading this right now, Vicky? Why are you informing us of this right now? Well, because Dan brought it up. So we decided that we're going to teach him with your new self. Look at this. Look at Dan. Dan's shirt, Dan's uniform says running the world since 1776. Dan! There's a secret I want to share with you. And I think you might have missed it, Dan. 1776. 1776. Dan. This man from Georgia who wrote this book, Message to the Black Man, that had a most divine encounter. Watch this. And his words can be proven in no limit of times with your scientists, Dan. The ones that look just like Dan can prove what we say in no limit of time. Somebody say 1776. 1776. Dan, those numbers show you're new. You're new, Dan. Dan is so excited about his 1776. Dan is like, oh my God, we've been running this joint for so long. Dan's like, yeah, 1776, dude. Dan, 1776. Watch this. In case you missed it, Dan, being an owner of the planet and all, and the universe, shout out to you. AD, for your gift. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Shout out from Queen Love from Paris. Thank you, Paris. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I'm always amazed at the people that are connecting with the Vicky Show around the world. It's such an honor. Thank you so much. And thank you for supporting Fly Nubian Queen. Listen, Dan, I'm afraid that you missed this first part, Dan. Dan. The original man, he says it's the black man. Again, Dan, your scientists prove this. Mendel is just one of them. Leakey is another one. Somebody list the most white scholars that prove the more they dig, the blacker the bones become. Every time they pull up a bone, the bones say 1,000,000 years. They done pulled up Lucy. Lucy is multiple millions of years. The more they dig, the blacker the bones become, the older they get. Watch this. Shout out to you. Kim gave $17.76. She said, turn it over, sis. Teach Dan. I love her prophetic gift. $17.76. This for Dan, $17.76. I bless your gift, Kim, 1,000-fold. Listen, Dan. He says the original man is the black man. What? The first and the last. The maker and owner of the universe. At 244 years of age. Is that what that is, family? 2020 from 1776. Help me, my mathematicians. Is that right, family? Is that 244? Shout out to you, Nancy. Dan, you're brand new. How much is it? 244? We're in 2020, right? 1776. That's 244. Watch this. Dan, you're new. But we want to sing a song for you. Would you all, where my altos at? Where my altos? Can I get some altos in Arizona? My dear sister, I believe it was a sister from Paris that was just in here. Do we have any tenors? Sopranos, y'all ready? Let's sing happy birthday to Dan. You know. Come on, y'all. Let's sing it for him. Happy birthday to you. Come on, y'all. Lift your voice. Come on, let's sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danny. Because this is new. Happy birthday to you, who are new, you who are brand new. Watch this. He says we of the earth, he says we have an unending past history of the black nation. He says we have an unending God today. We find that history teaches, he says, that the earth was populated by the black nation ever since it was created. God today. But the history, he says, of the white race does not take us beyond 6,000 years. Y'all play too much. I know in Genesis when it talks about the earth being 6,000 years and black folks, we were taught to believe that the earth is only 6,000 years. That's not your world. It's talking for the birthday, for the birthday boy. that has to do with the birthday boy. 6,000 years, 6 days. Y'all play too much. Approximately. I believe now we're at about 6,600. Thereabout. Look it up. Dan's own scientists prove what we say. And he tells us here, shout out to you, Patricia. She says, continue to educate us, Black Queen. I'm doing my best. And I am leaning on the supreme knowledge of information that's been left for us. This is the divine intelligence. As a part of the BIA, which is the Black Intelligence Agency, we have access to a greater knowledge, family. And a part of that is found right here in this book. Watch this by this man that we call the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Listen to him. This ain't message to the Muslims. This is not message to the Christians. This is not message to the Jews. This isn't message to the Hebrews. This is message to the Moors. This is message to the Buddhists, the Hindus, to the agnostic, to the atheist. It's message to the black says everywhere the white race has gone on our planet, they have either found the original man or a sign that he had been there previous. I'm just going to leave that alone. I don't know how much more y'all get. I'm going to put that down. CNN not going to give you this. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and MSNBC, they're not going to tell you this. This is news you can use. He says everywhere they go on the planet, they either see the original or they see signs that we was there before. Dan, this is important because Dan is excited. This birthday boy, he's excited in Costco. He's been running the world since 1776. What is that? Yeah. Who? Can anybody find me a door in the emojis as a sign that you about to go out? God, let me leave it. Let me quit. Thumbs up, damn. Keep liking and share. Dan, there is no occurrence in our life, family, that's disconnected from our greatness. This is not about arrogance for us. I'm trying to encourage you. What I'm saying to you today, by you being owners of the universe, owners of this planet, it should also encourage you to own your own LLC. FlyNubianBusiness.com. Check out that school, FlyNubianBusiness.com, or the BlackBusinessSchool.com, where you can learn how to start your own business, your own side hustle. Learning that this is your planet, that should encourage you to say, wait a minute now. Maybe I can teach my own children in my own class. I can do enough research to figure out what homeschooling programs exist so that I'm not giving our most precious resource, which is our young Black babies, their minds. I'm not going to give my open enemy 13, 15, 16 years access to that mind to shape it into a slave. And you wonder why they don't come out thinking about running nothing. Somebody say, this is our planted. Dan says he's running the world. No, Dan, you're running out of time. It's just time, baby. It's just time. Dan, I understand what you mean. You were running. Yes. But we know all of your statisticians. They're telling you all that just biologically, naturally, you're running out of time. And let me tell you, you can stay on our planet for at least another weekend. That's about how long I was gone, for 3 days or so, approximately. Just over the past weekend. I didn't take a big old piece of luggage. In fact, I got to buy me some more new luggage because I got rid of it. But I had enough for like a little weekend thing. That's about all you're going to need, Dan. You can stay here about that long and you would not be so rebellious. If you could just not be rebellious, you could be here another weekend. Get your carry on. But your rebellious self. Watch this. What I'm telling you is about freedom for you. Watch this. Watch this. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Every knee for real is going to bow, Dan. Every tongue is going to confess. Dan, your madness at the Costco like this and all over the world is not going to prolong your days on our planet. You're actually hastening it. Whoa. Send this to everybody you know. This is supposed to help you. See, if you would do right by Black folk, this would actually lengthen your time on our planet. But because the more you refuse, the more you try to say, oh, your Black lives don't matter, the more you double down on your murder, double down on your madness, you're hastening. What I'm telling you, Black family, as an individual that's a part of Black media, real media, a media that's not only telling you things that are happening right now, which I always do, but I try to connect the dots with the spiritual, with what's written, so that you'll know where the world is headed and what our part is to play, giving you insight on some things that you can consider to think about as a part of the plan of the Most High God in the affairs of men. Watch this. My goal, a part of my purpose, is to give you the language of resistance. You've heard that before. Did you hear what I just said? A part of my job. I can't go out and do teaching in the prisons like I used to and all this other kind of stuff at this moment. I can't travel as much as I would like to and all this kind of stuff. And I'm believing that my health is going to get better and better and better over time. But with the laptop and the phone, watch this. A part of my goal is to endeavor to give you the language of resistance. Dan understands the power of language because he wrote it on his shirt. And we see the manifestation of his shirt in his behavior. What Dan had written on his shirt is not disconnected to his behavior. Somebody said low energy Dan. Yeah, low energy Dan, but also these low density people today. Low energy Dan, but low density people. Our eyes, as it's written, it says, blessed are your eyes that see, blessed are your ears that hear. There's a scripture that says that the prophets, that the wise men, that the ancients and righteous folks desired to see what we're seeing in our day. At this moment in time where it looks like all hell is broken loose, Black family, we have been chosen. We have been deployed to this planet for such a time as this. The question is, are you going to drop the torch? The question is, are you going to drop the baton? The question is, what are you going to do in your day and in your time with your particular gifts, with your skill sets, with your aptitudes, with your capacities, with your capabilities, with your resources, and with your sphere of influence? What are you going to do today during this holy uprising? It's not just that Dan, as somebody just said, is an insane outdoorsman. No, it's his nature. But it's a sign of what's to come. So that's why we, Black family, must prepare. If we're truly going to rule and reign, then it makes sense that we act like it. When you're preparing for something, you're actually going to magnetize and pull the reality of a thing to you. Prepare for the world. What does that look like for you? Preparing for a new world to come. Heaven is on earth. The supernaturalness of your God, how he moves in the earth, is through you. This holy uprising is not pretty. It's bloody. It's Black bloody. And it's painful. But do not forget, my beloved family, that I told you over and over again, it's what? Labor pains. We're birthing a new reality. And so we want to thank Dan for bearing witness to the Ancient of Days. Lord have mercy, y'all play too much. I'm about to go. We want to thank Dan for him bearing witness to the Ancient of Days. What do you mean, Vicky? Vicky, don't go there, girl. That's a powerful scripture. I don't even go to church, but I know the power of that one from Daniel and stuff about the Ancient of Days. Let me tell you something. As we're taught, the Black man, the Black woman has no birth record. Did you hear what I just said? And at least 3 times in Daniel, the book of Daniel, specifically Daniel chapter 7. This gives you a clue to who the Ancient of Days is. Of course, they want you to believe that the supreme being who made you a God, one with force and power, they want you to believe that he is a spook and unreachable. Why? So that you will never manifest it, God, today. As long as you don't believe who the real God is, as a man, you are committing a type of blasphemy. Lord, oh Lord, have mercy. I'm going to leave it alone. Are you committing a type of sacrilege? Daniel chapter 7 says, as I looked, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was as white as snow. His hair of his head was white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. Now, whenever you read and research, which I've done a lot of this and will continue to do, white scholars love to say that a lot of these, what they consider to be apocalyptic texts that are primarily found in the book of Daniel, much of it is in Isaiah, as well as Revelation, of course, is in other parts of scripture, like when we constantly quote 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Watch this. They love to say that this particular part is symbolic. When they say God was seated on the throne, God is a man, the moment they say, you see attributes of God being a man, immediately you're going to see the religious scholars, the biblical scholars, they're going to immediately say symbolic of. When in fact, that's the reality. And some of the other things that they will not concede to being symbolic are actually reality, and vice versa. Verse 13, in my vision at night, I looked, and there before me was one as a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. The moment they started talking about that, don't get it twisted. There are many symbolic parts of scripture, but I'm trying to tell you that the ones that make it clear that God is a man and operates through you and I, they're going to immediately tell you, they want you to think that God is so far away, that he's a spook, that he's immaterial, that he's inanimate, and that he has nothing to do with you on earth. I know you're not going to get this in the Bible bookstore, baby. You're not going to get this in the Bible bookstore. And then verse 22 says, until the Ancient of Days came and pronounced judgment. Woo! What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say in this book that I just read you, that quote? Didn't he say that there was judgment coming, and the question of the original man needed to be asked because of the judgment between the black and the white? I didn't see that scripture in the book. I'm trying to tell you what I pick up by perceptive and spiritual knowledge. Watch this. Until the Ancient of Days came and pronounced judgment in favor of the holy people of the Most High, and the time came when they possessed the kingdom. Y'all play too much. Pronounced judgment in favor of the people of the Most High, and the time came when they possessed the kingdom. I want to see justice for all peoples of the world. By being the owners of the planet, we want the well-being of all people that are inhabitants of our planet. But we understand the uniqueness of the black man and the black woman, and we understand that it is not possible for the other peoples of our planet to experience freedom, justice, and equality until the owners of it gets it. Thank you, Dan, for your shirt running around in Costco talking about you've been running the world since 1776, beloved. Yes, baby, you're running your mouth and you're running out of time, Dan. That's all. Running your mouth and running out of time. Revelation 12:12. And some of those things could be avoided if you would just not rebel. So what I'm saying to you is, in and of itself, is a solution as well for you, Black family. Prepare yourself right now. FlyNubianBusiness.com, the Black Business School, and whatever it is that you know you ought to be doing in your own life to rule and to reign. And the best way to start that is by being a good husband, a good wife, maintaining a good, strong, beautiful Black marriage, raising a beautiful Black family. That's the foundation of what? Strong Black nation, Black families. That's the foundation of the reality of a Black world where we will reign in righteousness. I love you to pieces, Black family. Thank you so much for tuning into the Vicky Show. Meet me here tomorrow, same time, same place. Unless I go early, but make sure that you always check for the Vicky Show. I'm so happy to be back with you. And again, it was my privilege and honor to receive an invitation from Minister Farrakhan's office, inviting me to come to the beautiful garden in Michigan to hear him address the world. And again, unfortunately, I left a little early because I was sick. But the things that I learned thereafter, and it was just blew my mind. Some things that I won't even share at this point. But the work that we're doing is being noticed, and it's no small thing that we're doing. And it is my privilege and my honor that he would even know my name, beloved. I love you to pieces. Don't forget, FlyNubianBusiness.com. Text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. And subscribe, please, to my personal YouTube channel at VickyDillard.tv. That's VickyDillard.tv. Vicky, you're the best. Oh, thank you. I bless your kind words and your gifts. I can't wait to see you again. Mwah.